Hey, it's going on YouTube, so you know it's best here. Here about to give you a demo of FaceTime for the Mac. I'm here live in my Ustream chat and about to be taking live FaceTime calls for some random people here. And it's going to see who we got here next on the hotline. And they just dropped off. All right, here we go. Hey.
Oh my God. Thank God.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you been doing?
Pretty good. So, I'm not, oh, this is weird. I'm seeing myself. Alright, so, I'm not on my Mac, but, I am on my iPod Touch 4th generation.
It's looking pretty smooth, man. I'm liking it. Yep, I'm recording this for YouTube, and we're going to just show everybody some of the features here. And so you see, everybody, this is a very simple interface. You take your mouse off of it. It's very clean. It's just the video itself. And you can actually rotate this on the desktop into landscape mode. And he rotated his as well. And so now they have a wider angle of me. And then, of course, you can mute it in the call. And if you're playing music and get a FaceTime call, it does stop your music playing. So you're not going to be listening to any type of other type of audio on here. But so far, I'm really liking the FaceTime and, on the Mac here. And again, it's in the beta. So you can download it right now if you're using at least Snow Leopard on your Mac and download it.
Okay, you're on your Mac now, right?
Yep, I'm on my iMac.
Cool. Wow, that looks clear.
Yep. It looks
How does my camera look?
It looks good as well.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be posting my little thing. I just did a couple screencasts tonight on iPhoto and iMovie. Really like the audio effects now in iMovie, which has been nice.
Yeah, I played around with the what is that? The movie trailer effect, that little thing, and it's very simple, very easy, and you know, it's one of those things that Apple just made it, and just something you're not thinking about, but it just put it in there and it works, and it's pretty awesome. I like that.
So overall, what did you think about today's announcements from Apple with macOS 10.7 Lion to the MacBook Air to iLife 11?
I think it was good overall. I think it was a safe update. Nothing really spectacular. iLife, you know, they just made some, you know, minor, even though they're good ones, but minor updates. They didn't touch iDVD or iWeb at all. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Those haven't been updated in years. macOS 10 Lion, looks pretty good. The iOS integration, that looks awesome. To use the trackpad with it, the Magic Mouse, that's going to be great. You can see the direction where they're going with everything. And the MacBook Airs, I think the MacBook Airs are that instant on with the flash memory is good. I still think it falls into that category where, you know, if you have an iPad and a MacBook Pro, you may not need, definitely don't need to get the MacBook Air. But if you're missing one or the other, then the MacBook Air may be good for you. But so it's the same type of scenario even before this update, the previous generation MacBook Air. I think people got to face, but
yeah, I agree. No, I completely agree with that. I think this is as close to the 11-inch MacBook Air is as close to a netbook as I think we're going to see from Apple.
Yeah, the closest thing for a while. That $1,000 price point is pretty good for the 11-inch. I think that's probably going to be the best-selling one. Well, not only for the price, but I think it's that small that, I mean, you don't need anything bigger than that, really, if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, this is the Apple netbook for sure.
Yeah, I guess I was a little underwhelmed. I mean, yes, there were incremental upgrades, but
yeah,
I wasn't that excited.
Yeah, not at all. I was more excited for Lion and for macOS 10 Lion. I mean, that's the most thing I got excited about. Everything else was kind of, but I think it's something they just did, and everybody looked bored. Even Steve Jobs and Phil looked kind of bored up there.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, okay, like get to the meat.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem like they've done much with Lion at this point, at least to announce an array of new features. But at least they're letting us see kind of the direction they're thinking. So
yeah. Hopefully we see more in January. We hope they hold their annual keynote, and so they'll probably show off a lot more of that. We'll probably see the iPad 2 at that point too. So yeah, cool. I think it's good. They get it on track for summer 2011. I think it's gonna be really good.
I hear you. No, it's the FaceTime thing. I think out of everything today, well, no, I guess iLife 11 was kind of a nice. I don't know. They're all incremental.
Yeah.
There's nothing that really stands out for me, but all right.
Yeah. That iLife. The one thing that it's $50. It's more than the Snow Leopard upgrade, and that was one of the things. But I talked to a kid today, and he's a pretty smart kid in FaceTime, and he was like, "Well, more than likely, Apple's going to be selling each individual one in the App Store, in the Mac App Store, for $10 each." And I was like, well, five applications, $10 each, $50. that makes sense. Just like they're doing with iWork and all that. So that makes sense. So that's probably what they're going to be doing. That's the only reason I can think of that thing costs more than the Snow Leopard upgrade. So.
Fair enough. All right, well, I'll let you get back to your FaceTiming over there.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, take care.
Later. Peace.
Bye.